Good morning, everyone. It's my final consecutive streaming day of the week, and we've got a couple important things to discuss on today's show. First of all, we have to determine what I'm going to be playing next come Friday. I still have a couple of ideas, but we have to come to a conclusion by the end of today. In addition, this morning, Rocksteady Games released a big video about the upcoming release Suicide Squad, and I have a lot to say about it. All this and more on today's Level 1 podcast. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, the 15th of November, 2023. Of course, I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to the Level 1 podcast. Sometimes I forget the name of it. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're having fun. I hope that you've enjoyed your weeks, no matter what you've been up to. It's been a long streaming week for me, as you know. Next week, not so much. I actually have an announcement. Next week is the Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States. All right, it's actually 1 week from tomorrow, so that would be the 23rd of February. February. Let's try that again. The 23rd of November. And since that is a holiday, my schedule is changing around, okay? Normally my day off would be Thursdays, but next week my day off from streaming will be Wednesday. Most stuff is closed on the Thanksgiving holiday, so if I'm going to have a day where I run errands like going grocery shopping or getting pet supplies or anything I need to do that day, I have to do the day before, or else, run the risk that everything's closed or crazy busy for Thanksgiving, which I don't want to be out there shopping on Thanksgiving Day. So that means next week I'll be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5-day streaming week. I won't be here on Wednesday. I will be here on Thanksgiving Day for one stream. What will I be doing? I honestly don't know. I don't know if we'll just be doing a standard gameplay stream. I don't know if we'll do a special stream where we kind of hang out and do so. I don't know what I want to do on Thanksgiving. We used to do Ask the King. That's something that we kind of did traditionally, but Ask the King basically got phased out this year, and we haven't done an episode since like back in March. So I kind of feel like there's no real point in doing Ask the King on Thanksgiving. So I guess we could just do a standard gameplay stream of something. Or we could do something special. We could just hang out. We could talk about the Thanksgiving holiday. We could do like a big Q&A session. Maybe we could do like a tier maker. I was thinking about this. I was like, we could maybe do a Thanksgiving tier maker on Thanksgiving where we could rank maybe like holiday foods and stuff live, something different to do on the live stream while we just kind of also shoot the shit or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like I just want to hang out with you guys for that first stream. And it's funny because Cracker Jacks just said, why don't you just take it off completely? Well, number one, I'm going to have Wednesday off. But number two, my wife is going to be cooking anyway. Like, she's going to have things she's cooking and stuff during the afternoon. So, I mean, I'm not going to be any help. I'm no good in the kitchen. So she's going to want me out of there, so I need to be doing something else during the day anyway. Okay, so I will be taking off Thanksgiving night. I will not be here Thanksgiving night. I'm going to have this meal with my family, and then we're going to relax together and have a relaxing night together that night. I will be back that Friday, because that Friday the 24th is Black Friday, and that means it is time for our Adpocalypse 2.0 marathon, which should be very exciting. It's going to be quite the good time where we're going to hang out and I'm going to watch advertisements and react to them. I'm also going to order some food that day that we're going to have a live Feasting with Phil episode that day. So there you go. So this will be taking place on Friday the 24th. Quick reminder, please keep nominating advertisements for this show. The more advertisements we get nominated for this show, the better it's going to be. How do you do that? You can type !Adpocalypse into the chat, and that'll bring up the link. Or you can, if you're a member, there's a members tab here on the channel, and you have access to priority to get your ads watched that you've nominated. So please post up in that members only thread that's on the members tab of the channel. You still have about a week left to nominate stuff. Remember, the more the better. Even if we have way too many ads and there's no way we can get through them all, better to have more than less. Last year, everyone thought this was going to fail. It ended up being one of the best marathons I did all year, and people were asking me to do it right away again, but we held off, and now here we are a full year later. It should be a really great event, okay? So, anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, next week will be a 5-day streaming week. Then my day off is Wednesday. Thursday for Thanksgiving holiday is only a half day where I'll only be streaming the first half of the day. It'll probably be something special, like us hanging out, maybe do a tier maker, something like that. We'll see. And then Friday is the marathon, the React Marathon event. Okay? So there you go. And then we're back to regular scheduled gameplay starting on Saturday. So, all right. So, guys and gals and everybody else out there, on today's show, we have a very important thing to talk about. All right? We got to figure out what is the next game that I'm going to play here on DSP Gaming. And we've been talking about this recently, and we have all these options. And there is no real determining factor at this point, because I don't think that there is one game that I could play right now that will please everyone. Reason being, we've basically covered all the biggest releases of the year, when you think about it, right? For example, Spider-Man, Alan Wake 2, Mario Odyssey, Lies of P, right? I'm playing Modern Warfare 3 right now. You know, and all the other games are kind of already done with. So we're kind of doing kind of odds and ends. We are cleaning stuff up, as they say. We're sweeping up the stuff that I missed, essentially. And or we're playing remakes. In reality, there's only one other really new game coming out this year, and that's the Avatar game that comes out next month from Ubisoft. And I likely will be playing that under Ubisoft Plus, and giving it a look. If it plays like Far Cry, it probably would be a pretty fun playthrough and good for variety in December. So I'm down for that, but outside of that, it's very hard to figure out what to do now, because it really does kind of feel like filler stuff. You know, right now we just started Like a Dragon Gaiden. Yes, that'll be a playthrough that I'm going to be playing. But outside of that, what else do I do? And we talked about all of the options yesterday. The options are, I play Super Mario RPG Remake, which comes out Friday. It's a new release, but it is a remake of a game I played 4 years ago. I don't know if it would retain attention, engagement, and support as if it were a new game, because I've already played it, and I just finished a Mario game that honestly just didn't do that well when it came to support and engagement and attention on my channel. It kind of waned after only a few streams, even though I stuck it out there and I did do a full playthrough of it. So some people are just saying, man, it's too long, or excuse me, it's too soon to be jumping into another Mario game, although it's really not a Mario game. It's a turn-based RPG from Square Enix, so if you like their stuff from the 1990s, like if you like Final Fantasy games from the 90s, you're absolutely going to love this game in this playthrough, okay? Another option would be RoboCop. This is a game that came out, what was it? It was either end of last month or very early this month, and, you know, reviews are all right. It's not like people love the game, but people who played it seem to enjoy it. They say it's around a 20-hour experience of, you know, first-person shooter. And, listen, I like RoboCop. I like the movies. I'm just not sold that people are going to want to see RoboCop for 20 hours. You know, if it was a shorter game and a cheaper game. But if it's a 20-hour game, I'm really wondering how that's going to hold up. You know what I mean? Another option would be the Lords of the Fallen, which everyone seems to be disagreeing on. Some people think it's a really good game. Some people say it's actually not that good at all. Some people are like, well, you're not going to like it because you played Lies of P, and Lies of P is definitively better than Lords of the Fallen, so you're going to end up being disappointed if you play it. Some people want to see me play Sea of Stars. Some people want me to go back and finish up Starfield. Some people want me to go back and finish up Elden Ring. You know, we have all these options, right? And it's like, well, when you have everyone asking for something different, it's hard to figure out what exactly to do. Now, man, You know, with all these, here's the thing. Here's my mindset. All right. Here's honestly my mindset. We just started playing Like a Dragon Gaiden. I honestly don't think that Like a Dragon Gaiden is going to do well as a daytime stream. I'm just being honest. I've played these Like a Dragon games before. They used to be called Yakuza. And these always kind of are good for like chill night streams, right? You play them 2 hours, a pop every twice a week, something like that. It takes a long time to get through them. But at the same time, they really work as late night chill sessions. They do. I know that these games don't get giant mainstream attention. They're not considered ginormous new releases or anything like that. And already I can tell you, yesterday, the premiere stream of that game, it didn't do great, which I wasn't expecting. You know, I did not think it would. I've played these games before. I know how they're received by my audience. You know what I'm saying? So already I was thinking that Like a Dragon Gaiden would be a mainstream game for a couple of days, and then we would kind of migrate it to night streams, and we would do other stuff. So if that's the case, right, that means that we basically have like more time for other stuff. So first of all, I do want to play Super Mario RPG Remake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I absolutely want to play it. I love the game. I played it 4 years ago. I loved that playthrough. I also know it's a shorter game. Like, a lot of people are afraid, oh, it's an RPG. The game's so long. It's not. It's under 20 hours. It's a much shorter Square Enix RPG than people think. It's not like a giant 40-hour Final Fantasy experience. It's a much more streamlined game. It has a lot of content. It has a lot of fun dialogue and cool narrative. But it's not a game that kind of overstays its welcome, right? Let's put it that way. So I'm down for that, and I want to play that, okay? But it's a Mario game, and it's an RPG. So it's kind of like a double whammy. Are people going to show up and want to hang out and engage and support that playthrough? I don't know. You know, RoboCop is something that I kind of want to play at some point anyway. Like, I don't know if it would be right away or if it would end up being down the road. But I feel like RoboCop is the kind of game that I would want to play. The problem is, you know, right now, like, buying it, I don't know, like I think it's still full price, correct? Like, it's not like it's got a reduced price or anything like that. I'm just curious on Xbox here, because I haven't even looked. RoboCop, here it is. Why is the pre-order still available? The pre-order is still listed on Xbox Live. That's pretty silly. It's $60, you know, for a first-person shooter in 2023. $60, right? And I don't know, like, I feel like RoboCop, we'd play it once or twice, it'd be good, but I feel like that's the kind of game that it works for a stream or two, and then after that, once you've seen what it is, it ain't gonna be as interesting, you know? Maybe I'm wrong, because I haven't played it. I just feel like that's a game that, again, it wouldn't really retain attention. Alright, here's the truth. Let me be completely, transparently honest with all of you, right now, alright? And a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but here's the truth. It's been slow recently on my streams. If you haven't noticed, number one, I got sick. I ended up losing out on a giant week of gaming when, number one, I was playing all the hot new releases, and it would have been a good supportive week. And then I missed out on my freaking Halloween marathon, which every year traditionally does really well, and I get tons of support. I got none of that this year, all right? None of it. And it sucks that I lost out on that. And then on top of that, these last couple of weeks since I've come back from being sick, we've had numerous days where there's been slow levels of support. And that sucks. Because right now, if things had been better, I'd be like, right now, here's what I want to do. I swear to God, this is what I want to do. I want to buy Super Mario RPG and I want to buy RoboCop. And next week, I want to have those two games start alternating as the daytime streams. And then on night streams, I want to do one stream of Street Fighter 6 on Friday. And then I want to alternate on night streams between Like a Dragon Gaiden and Modern Warfare 3. Like, that's what I want to do. Ideally, that's exactly what I want to do. But how am I supposed to do that when I've literally just went through 2 weeks of slow stuff and I lost out on a whole week of streaming because I was sick? You know what I'm saying? I wish that I lived in a world where things weren't like that, and that I had full flexibility to do whatever I want. And I just don't, you know? That's what I want to do. But I guess I can't, you know? Like, right now, I'm faced with a situation where I can pretty much buy one game and still have enough for maybe like shopping tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because that's the week. That's how it's been. And it's like, well, that sucks. I don't like having those decisions, right? But that's my decision right now. You know? It just sucks. And then you get someone Dentron, oh, your YouTube check is coming. Yeah, my YouTube check is way lower this month. Because I missed out on the end of October. I was way low on memberships. I was low. I missed out on a week of super chats. I missed out on a week of everything because I was sick. This is the story you won't hear from most YouTubers, is that when you run your own business like this, right? Sadly, when you are sick, there's no sick pay. There's no days off. You just suffer for it. So I was sick, and not only was I completely laid out where I couldn't work, now it will have this ripple effect for months and months, and it sucks ass. I hate this. I wish that this was the opposite, and right now I could be like, guys, things are going good, so you know what? I'm going to buy both games. We're going to have a week of all new gameplay on the day streams next week, right? And it's funny because I'm not kidding you. I got a comment on my podcast yesterday, and I just read it this morning. Here was the comment. You ready? I swear, this is the comment. Phil, no other content creators seem to have the limitations you do. Everyone else out there will buy a game and play it for like a stream or two. That's their testing period, okay? During those 2 first sessions, they determine if it's a game that they like, if it's a game that their viewership likes, if it's a game that will have longevity and people will want to keep watching, and if people support it. And basically within 2 streams, they determine that. And if within 2 streams, that game has slowed down or they're not liking it, their audience doesn't like it, if there's not enough support, they just drop the game. And they move on and they do something else. And all other streamers are like this. Just not you. And like, for some reason, you hold yourself to this weird higher standard where when you start a game, you have to finish it. And no one else does that. Like, it's very common practice with other gameplay streamers. They don't just play a game from start to finish. They constantly will jump around other games until they find the ones that stick, per se, right? So, for example, you know, this season, they probably would have start Spider-Man, start Mario Wonder, start Like a Dragon Gaiden, start 7, 8 games within a month, but only actually finish 2. Okay? Now, as you guys know, that's not me. That's never been me. When I start up a game, right, I kind of commit to trying to finish it. There are a few exceptions to that, for sure. But for the most part, when I start a game, you guys know, you guys know that the case is that I always try to finish it. Regardless of what my idiotic hate watchers say, it's the complete opposite. I probably have fewer quitting of playthroughs than most content creators on this fucking platform. And especially for someone who's been around for 15 years, I probably have more completed playthroughs than almost anybody. All right? But, of course, that's not what you'll hear from the morons out there that literally say the opposite despite no evidence of that. So that's the thing. Now, here's the thing. With that philosophy, okay? If I adopted that philosophy, all right, I feel like it would be a double-edged sword. I do feel that in some ways that would probably benefit my business better, because if I'm trying everything, if I just throw everything at the wall and I see what sticks and what doesn't, right? And what's going to stick and make and work, and what's not going to stick, and what will fall down the wall or whatever, fall off the wall, correct? You're going to end up with winners. You're going to end up with complete playthroughs of people that wanted to see those, and that's why you stuck with them, right? You're going to end up with half playthroughs, but that's okay, because if people got bored of it, then you don't get, right? And then you're going to end up with games that you just tried once or twice, like, whatever, but at least I tried it, right? So that way I at least have an opinion on everything. But the problem here is, I'm not a big streamer. That's really the problem, okay? I don't have the flexibility where in a week I can buy 3 games. This week, like I said, right now, okay? Right now, what I would like to do is buy both Mario RPG and RoboCop, play both this next week. That would appease everyone, because you get people who wanted the RPG that I originally planned, and if people don't like that RPG, come back tomorrow and play an action game with RoboCop shooting shit, right? And that would be fun. So, you get the variety. The problem is, look at the situation I'm in. For 2 weeks now, I've been behind everything when it comes to what I would normally have this time of year for my business, and it sucks. It sucks. I want to have the flexibility to do what I want to do with the business, and I can't, right? So it's very frustrating, you know? Right now, I don't have the flexibility to do what I want. I wish I did. And so, it's funny because I say to you guys, well, we had a slow day. It would be great if we can pick it up tomorrow, and then we have another slow day. Well, why do you think I say that? Because this is why. Because now I don't have the flexibility to do what I would love to do for you guys. This is why I say this kind of stuff. And of course, people always take it the wrong way. Well, that's Phil being ungrateful. Well, that's Phil this and that. That's Phil being greedy. No, it's Phil wanting to do what's best for the viewership and for the business. And I can't. And it sucks. This sickness is really holding me back. It blows. That I was sick. What can I do? It was the worst cold I've had since I was in my 20s. Likely it was COVID, right? It probably was. And there's nothing you could do about it. You just got to push through it, which I'm doing. But it seems like I just haven't been able to recover, when it comes to this aspect of it. I'm here. I've been here since, November 3rd? So I've been here almost 2 friggin' weeks since I missed the time. But here I am, and because I missed out, now I can't come back in the way that I want to, So, all I have to say is I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do in this regard. All right? If I had the full freedom to do what I wanted, I would buy both games and I would play both next week. That's exactly what I would do. I would start with Mario RPG on Friday, then we would start RoboCop on Saturday, and then Sunday would be my React show, and then Monday, Tuesday again would be Mario RPG and RoboCop. And I would just alternate those games for the next several weeks into December. Like, those would be the main games that I'm juggling. And then at night, we could alternate. Like, for example, Friday, I want to bring back Friday Night Fight. So we're going to do Street Fighter 6 Friday night. And then Saturday night, we'd probably do Like a Dragon Gaiden. And then maybe Sunday night, we would do some Modern Warfare 3. And we would alternate that back and forth for a while. You see, that's what we would do. But I don't have that flexibility. I don't. Now, if you wanted to help, yeah, support the streams. If you support the streams, we have a great supportive streaming day today, then maybe I could get both games. You see? But that's how it works. And then when I say that, oh, my God, now Phil is e-begging and he's a terrible person because he's e-begging. Well, sorry that I'm honest. I'm a small-time streamer, man. I'm not some big-time guy rolling in dough. I'm not like these streamers who can literally get every game free, or they can afford every indie game. Do a Mighty Monday member day where they could sit there and they could play 20 fucking indie games that are all $5 each because they can afford to just piss away $100 in a day for no reason because they made $1,000 that day. That's not me. That's all I can say. That's my reality. It sucks because for a lot of this year, this wasn't a problem. All right. And now this illness really did create this problem for me. And now I'm in this situation, So if you want to support the streams today, by all means do. And someone said, well, do you accept game codes? Of course I do. Of course I do. If someone wanted to donate a game, like you wanted to donate Mario RPG or donate RoboCop, yeah, I accept game codes. You could email me a game code and I could use that to get the game, and then it's not a concern. Because I'm telling you what I want to do. I want to do the variety that you guys want. I feel like that's the best case right now. Give you an RPG, but also give you an action game. Alternate between the two. Have the night streams alternate between multiplayer, like Street Fighter or Modern Warfare, and then have a nice chill RPG like a Dragon Gaiden. I feel like this is a great balance, right? This would be an absolute great balance, and everyone would enjoy it because of that balance, right? So there you go. But that's the situation. I can't afford all that. I can't, right now, just for Friday, I can get like one, right? So what can I say? Now, here's the other thing too. I actually appreciate the suggestion that someone left on that video that said, why do you commit? Why do you commit to beating every game you buy? It's a good question. For me, originally, if you remember, way back in the day, and this is like over a decade ago, I was known as the guy on YouTube who bought every new game, played every new game. It didn't matter if the game was complete ass or if it was super good, but I would commit to playing through it. If it was a game that sucked, I would just razz the game the entire time I played it, and that would create a situation that was funny. So people liked it when I razzed bad games, right? But if it was a good game, people, of course, enjoyed the playthrough because people liked to see me enjoy a great game. So it didn't matter. But I was the guy who would get the game early, or not early, but on release day, I should say. I would rush home, I would play it, I would beat that game within several days because I wasn't a live streamer. I didn't have timing restrictions and limitations of when I could actually play games. I could just play them off camera as much as I wanted, right? So that was always my mentality. Now over the years, right, what ended up happening is, people always have that mentality. This is what Phil does. This is who Phil is. And listen, when I'm playing a game, if I'm enjoying it, I want to finish it. That's just the truth. If I'm playing a game and I'm really having a good time with it, regardless of the amount of viewership I'm getting, the amount of support I'm getting, I still want to finish that game if I'm having a good time with it, right? How would I ever do a Game of the Year awards countdown or a most disappointing games of the year countdown if I didn't actually play these games? I would, you can't say a game's one of the best games of the year if you only played 6 hours of it and then you quit it, right? So it's just something that I've always kind of been done is I try to finish every single game that I play, and I don't know, maybe the case is that shouldn't be the philosophy that I have anymore, right? Maybe that's the case. Maybe I need to change. Maybe I'm too stuck in my old ways, and every other streamer and content creator out there has changed around me to find what happens best for their business, and I just haven't changed, right? Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'm too adamant on adhering to these things that maybe are my own beliefs or my own morals or my own principles, but really nobody else cares. Maybe that's the case, because the truth is, and this is actually what the person said in that comment. Again, I really appreciate the comment because it was a long one, but I read it and I really took it to heart. They were like, you do realize that in general, most people right now who give you shit for not finishing a game are just your hate watchers. And the only reason they say that is because they want to say something negative about you. It doesn't matter. It's not really that people are angry that you don't finish a game. It's that those assholes just want to say something negative. For example, they'll actually say something like, I rage quit Mortal Kombat 1. Well, I beat the entire story mode, I played a big chunk into the invasion mode, and I played multiple sessions of the multiplayer. How did I rage quit it? I literally played every aspect of the game. I explored it all. Personally, I didn't like the online play. I said I'm not going to waste more time on it. How did I rage quit it? Exactly, I didn't rage quit it. I just didn't like it. I played a ton of it. Take a look at launch week. I played tons, like over a dozen hours of the game. Actually, I think it was like more than 20 hours of the game. So how could you say I rage quit? I didn't rage quit it. I just didn't like it, so I stopped playing it. But, of course, my hate watchers say, oh, you rage quit, you rage quit. That's what they do. So maybe it's time to stop caring about that shit, which in truth, I don't care what they say, but I've always been of the mentality, again, that if I start a game and I like it, I would just keep playing it no matter what. But maybe that's not what I should do, Maybe it's time to reassess, right? Maybe it is time to reassess. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is important to me that we figure this out, because at this point, I really don't want to be in a situation where we're constantly sitting around and saying, what game should I play? What game shouldn't I play? I have to make a judgment based on cost. I have to make a judgment. You know what I mean? Like, this sucks. Right now, the situation I'm in is good and bad. It's good because I have so many options of good games to play. At least it's not like there's nothing to play where we have no idea what to do. We're screwed. That's not the case, right? The case is there's too much to do, and sadly, I just can't afford to do it all. I would love to play these 2 new games for you guys next week, and right now I can't. If someone today were to be like, hey, I want to help you out. Here, I'm going to support the streams in a big way today. Now you can afford one of the games. That would help a ton. Or if someone were to say, hey, I'm going to send you a game code today. That would help a ton. That would take that whole burden off, and I said, okay, we can just play these new games next week, right? But right now, it seems like I have to choose myself, right? And that sucks, because I feel like no matter what I choose, it's not going to appease everyone. It's like they say, you can please everyone some of the time, but you certainly cannot please everyone all the time. It's not possible. And I feel like no matter what choice I make, there's going to be people who are going to be disappointed, because I had to make that tough decision. Do I play Mario RPG? Do I play RoboCop? Do I play a cheap game like Sea of Stars that's free on Xbox Live, right? Like, or not Xbox Live, on Game Pass, I should say. Do I bring back Starfield because I already have that and it's been on hiatus? You know, what do I do? I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do right now. So, that's the situation I'm in right now. I wish right now I could say, so here's the schedule, everybody. And let's lay it out for you, and you know what's coming up next week. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm going to say this. People really need to stop with the Baldur's Gate 3 bullshit. I've already answered that so many fucking times. At this point, the only reason that you would be spamming that and talking about that in the chat is because you want to annoy me. Because we've already talked about a million times why it does not work right now. It could work sometime down the line in the future. It could. It's not going to work now. I've got too many other ongoing playthroughs going on. We've got special events coming up. We've got big RPGs. I'm just started one in Like a Dragon Gaiden. We got another Like a Dragon game in January. We got a Final Fantasy game in February. No, Baldur's Gate 3 does not fucking work right now. And just by spamming the chat, all you're doing is being disrespectful. So fucking stop. Okay? Really, just grow up and stop. I want to play it eventually. I can't play it now. It ain't gonna work. So just stop. Okay? Okay. So, at this point, I don't know what to do, man. I don't even know. I feel like we should go on, and I have other topics to talk about on the show, so we should talk about those, and maybe get everyone to think about it. Let me get your feedback, and I really need to think about it over the course of today. Let's see how today goes, because if today ends up being a well-supported day, you know what I mean? If I actually hit goals and stuff today, then there could be a situation where I can afford both games. And then there's no decision to be making at all, and we'll just play ball. I'll start with Mario on Friday, Mario RPG, and then we got RoboCop on Saturday. Like I said, we can alternate, you know what I'm saying? There you go. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. That's another thing about being a streamer like me. Because I'm not a giant guy, because I don't have a giant audience, and I don't have giant amounts of income coming in every day. I don't know how today's going to go. It could literally be a great day today, or it could be not so good day today, and I don't know how it's going to go, and therefore I can't promise you anything because I don't know how, you know, that's kind of one of the things about being a small-time streamer but still making a living doing it is you're kind of at the mercy of whatever happens that day, and I can't really control that either, right? I can't. I could have, I'm going to play games today, I'm going to have a good time, I'm going to chill with you guys, we're going to have a fun, and we just don't know what else is going to happen, you know? Let's see. Let's see what happens. And let's let it roll, I guess. And by the end of today, maybe it won't be a rough decision at all. Maybe by the end of today, because today's gone well, because of support and stuff, I'm like, well, guess what, guys? I'm buying both games, and that's cool. And then I'll, you know, we'll play them both starting this weekend. Or maybe not, right? So I guess we'll see. All right. Why does the vid keep freezing? I don't know. So people have been saying this recently. I think it has something to do with YouTube servers. It's not me, though, because on my end, everything is smooth. But it's weird because certain viewers have actually been saying that the stream keeps freezing. And I've actually heard this, that on YouTube in the last week or two, certain channels, like certain viewers have been having issues where streams are just kind of freezing and unfreezing. It might be like a server ingestion issue. It could be a regional server issue. Like, I'd be curious, for those of you who are getting the buffering, where are you in the world? And you don't have to say in the chat, I don't want you doxing yourselves or anything. But it might be that whatever regional servers you watch right now, YouTube's having issues with those servers. Like, there's a retro game music channel that I sometimes listen to when I want to relax or I'm doing something. Sometimes I'm in the shower and I'll turn it on, right? And I'll just have it play in the bathroom while I'm showering. They were having tons of problems this week. And they were like, it's nothing on our end. Everything is smooth. I don't know what we could possibly do because the stream is smooth on our end. And then all of a sudden yesterday it cleared up. And they're like, well, then it wasn't us. It was fucking YouTube. You know, YouTube must have had some kind of a regional server issue. And it seems like that's what's going on. So, you know, if there is an answer or a problem, I don't know what the answer is, sadly. You know, because I don't know what will control that. It sounds like it's just YouTube having issues this time of year. Maybe they got more viewers or something because it's the holidays. I don't know. Or I have no idea. Okay. All right. So we're going to leave it at this. I'm going to give you an estimate of what I would like to do this week. We'll see. But I'll leave it at this. All right. If you like the content, if you want to see me not have these tough decisions to make and instead say, hey, just play whatever you want and let's have fun, then please support the streams today. Right? We got Like a Dragon Gaiden coming up. We got Modern Warfare 3 tonight. Please support the streams, all right? Best way, tipping, because that's what I can put towards buying games. Right now, a super chat, a membership, ain't going to buy a game for Friday. It's not, okay? So if you could tip today, please do. Or if you want to consider, like someone said, can we gift codes or whatever? Yeah. If you want to see me play RoboCop and you want to gift me a code to play RoboCop, yeah. I'd accept that. Same thing with Mario RPG. You got a code to put in to redeem for Mario RPG. Or, you know, you can get the credits too, right? The credits for either the digital marketplaces. Yeah, I accept that. All right, so please consider it. And let's see what happens today. I'm just going to get rid of this idiot. Really, people just don't fucking listen. So I'm not even going to address what they're saying. I'm just going to get them right out of the chat at this point because I've had enough of this nonsense. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, let's see what happens today. If you support the streams, and it's a good supporter stream with tips, or someone donates, you know, digital credits or whatever, then maybe I'll be freed up and that's it. And this weekend we could start with all new stuff. It'll be a good weekend of new content. Or if I have to make a tough decision, I make a tough decision of which one I want to play. Because like I said, right now I can pretty much get one. And that's about it. So let's see what happens. Okay? But that's the best thing. Now, so ideally, what would happen? Today, it's Like a Dragon Gaiden again on the first stream. I realize this game is not going to bring in giant views or anything. It's a series that I really love. I've always enjoyed playing this series on YouTube. So I'm going to enjoy this today. We're going to have a nice chill stream of it. I know you guys are going to hang out with me and have a good time. And it's all about it, right? So that's today's main stream. Tonight, yes, I'm doing another stream of Modern Warfare 3. But, as I talked about last night, it seems like people's interest in Modern Warfare 3 is already waning. It seems like I'm getting way more hate watchers, meaning people coming by just to see me rage at the game, than people genuinely interested in seeing me play and do well at the game. I've already noticed, you know, Modern Warfare 3 did well for 1 or 2 streams, and then all of a sudden, boom, engagement down, support down, and just a bunch of trolls sitting around. So, I'll play it again tonight, we'll see how it goes, but chances are, I'm probably going to cut back on the frequency that I play the game. Not saying I'm giving up on it, because I do like it a lot. Despite the fact that I rage at it, I do still enjoy playing it. But I'm thinking, you know, I have to cut back. I have to play whatever is going to keep stuff moving, what people want. And right now, what I'm seeing, the pattern I'm seeing with Modern Warfare 3 is I'm playing too much of it, or people are already burnt out on it. And the thing is, I said this yesterday, I want to play Warzone. But they didn't put out the new one yet. Apparently the new Warzone releases sometime in December. So how dumb is that? That everyone bought the game in November. The campaign is atrociously bad, so no one wants to play the campaign, right? So that's like a dud. And the multiplayer came out, and that's great. But already a week in, everyone's kind of already tired of multiplayer, right? And it's like, so now, you know, what am I supposed to do, right? I don't know. Parasolo says Modern Warfare 3 day streams. We did a few day streams of Modern Warfare 3. I enjoyed doing it as a day stream, but I don't think a lot of people complain about Modern Warfare like multiplayer games as day streams. They say that multiplayer streams should stay as night sessions for some reason. You know, I don't know. So maybe is that the solution? Is the solution that so okay. If that's the case, maybe I start Mario RPG on Friday, right? And we alternate between Mario RPG and Modern Warfare 3 as day streams for now. And then night streams would alternate, say, between Like a Dragon... Well, first of all, we're going to do Street Fighter on Friday. And then maybe we do, like a Dragon Gaiden, and we alternate between that and something else on the night stream, whether it be Street Fighter, whether it be bringing back and finishing Starfield, something like that. Would that work? I don't know. This is the feedback I need. Do you guys think that Modern Warfare 3 would do better on day streams and I should put it back to daytime? I'm okay with that. If that's the beliefs here, then I will do that instead. you know? Because today, it's going to be Like a Dragon Gaiden, day stream, Modern Warfare 3 night stream. That's not changing. That's the schedule for today. That's what we're doing. All right? And then Friday is the day that's up in the air. How about this? I'm putting my foot down right now. I'm playing Mario RPG Remake on Friday. I'm just deciding right now because I don't want to have this uncertainty. I hate this bullshit. I'm taking control right now. I'm grabbing life by the balls. And I'm saying, guess what, balls? You're mine. And we're playing Mario RPG on Friday. I'm laying down the law right now. Okay? So there you go. So we are absolutely starting Mario RPG Remake on Friday. And if anyone complains, I'm just going to keep striking the balls like this. Okay? And then Friday night will be the return of Friday Night Fights, Street Fighter 6. Probably I'll try Blanca in Master Ranked. I'll be honest, I'm probably going to get spanked the whole night because I haven't played the game in like a month now. And it's probably going to take me a while to get back up to snuff. Unless you guys think that it would be better for me to, say, play with, like Dalsim or Zangief. But I haven't even done placement matches with them on PlayStation yet. So I guess what I could do is maybe watch some videos and try to spruce my game up. And try that on Friday. So you guys tell me what you think, all right? What you want to see Friday night. That I don't really care. Anything is fine for me with Street Fighter. So then, maybe Saturday, we play Modern Warfare 3 as the daytime stream. We switch it up. Instead of it being a night stream, you guys prefer it as a daytime stream. We'll do that as the daytime stream on Saturday. And then Saturday night, we'll do Like a Dragon Gaiden. Okay? And then Sunday will be my React show. And then maybe Sunday night, we'll bring back Starfield. And we'll do a Starfield late night stream. And it's only going to be story. Like with Starfield, I've already committed. I'm done with that game because the plot is so fucked up. I just want to see the end of the story. So all we're going to do from now on is focus on the main story to finish Starfield and wrap that playthrough up. I want it done. So maybe Sunday night we do Starfield. We try to wrap that up. And then so Monday, more Mario RPG. And then maybe Monday night we decide, do I want to do Street Fighter maybe? And maybe we could go back and try to beat the story of Street Fighter. Or it could be a multiplayer stream of Street Fighter. Right? And then Tuesday, it'll be more Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. And then Tuesday night, it could be, again, more Starfield or whatever. You know, we'll figure it out. Right? Okay? All right, you know what? There you go. We talked it out. And with that, I think the idea of bringing Modern Warfare 3 to the day streams, that's a good idea. Okay, because it was working as a day stream, by the way. It actually was. So you see, do you guys understand why I love doing this podcast? Simply just sitting here with you guys and talking for the last 30 minutes about this, we're figuring shit out. This is why I like this show. And this is why people say, oh, why do you do the podcast? There's no need for the podcast. No, this is actually what I need to do because this allows me to figure this out by talking with all of you and figuring out what we should do, right? No? Because otherwise, I would have sat here all confused. I wouldn't have known what to do. But sitting here and getting your feedback, this works. So I'm happy, right? And now here's the thing. We'll do it like this for the week. By the way, I'm off on Wednesday next week. Thursday, we're going to do something special for Thanksgiving. Not sure yet. Friday is the Adpocalypse Marathon, right? So that's coming up. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of that next week will be all regular gameplay days, I guess. Well, I guess Sunday will be the React show, right? So we'll work on all that. And now the cool thing about that is we're not rushing into playing multiple new games. So, for example, if I still want to play RoboCop, we could still do that, right? But it could be a little bit in the future, whether it's Lords of the Fallen, whatever it ends up being. But now I don't have that pressure on me about now I have to buy 2 new games in 1 week or whatever, right? Now, again, a way to help out and alleviate this would be to support the streams. Again, tipping, maybe giving some credits towards these marketplaces, whether it be Nintendo for Mario RPG or Xbox for RoboCop or Lords of the Fallen or whatever you want to see me play next. That would help a lot, okay? No, I really mean that too because some people are like joking and they're like, oh, so it's all about we, not me. No, it really is. I'm telling you, it really is. It's about us working together to figure this stuff out, because it's not just my stream. It's our stream. Do you get that? Like, again, why do you think I'm still here 15 years later? Why? It's not because of just me. It's because of us working together. It's because we have a like mind, because we like games. We have a passion for it. We share those experiences. We like hanging out together. You like it so much that you support it, right? That's what it's all about, correct? So, to me, it just makes me like scratch my head when I say stuff like that. It's it's our stream. Here's what we're doing. People are like, what do you mean we're? It's you. No, it's not me. It's us. You want to know what it would be if it was me? Me turning this fucking camera off right now, right? You don't need to have interaction with me. It's not a stream anymore. And I just sit here and I play a game for myself offline. That's me. That's what I stopped doing in 2017. Do you understand? The moment that I became an interactive streamer over 6 years ago, this became we, not me. I don't know why people think it's funny or they make fun of it, because besides the fact that they're just fucking complete idiots. Because that's the truth. That's the difference between me and another content creator out there who doesn't have that relationship with their viewers, is that I have that with you guys. We sat here and we just talked it out for a half an hour. Like, what's the best option moving forward? And we figured it out, right? And I think that this is a great suggestion and a great solution. I'm happy we had this discussion. I thank you all for being here and sharing with me and talking with me about this to figure this out. I really do. I thank you sincerely. Thank you. I can't do all this myself. I'm one guy. I don't know what people want. Sometimes I think you want something and it's something different, and then it blows up in my face and I look stupid, or I feel disappointed because you're disappointed, right? The worst feeling in the world is setting something up that I think is going to really entertain you guys and it's going to be special and fun, and then we do it and you guys don't like it. That sucks ass, because that means I've completely failed in my efforts to put a smile on your face today, to make you feel good, to give you a distraction from your real life. That's my goal. Every day I want you to just have a good time with me. And if you're not having that, then I failed. And that's what I mean, having this level where we can sit here and we can chill on the podcast and we can talk and we can interact and all of that. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point of all of this. So thank you very, very, very much for this feedback this morning, because this is going to help a ton. And by the way, people are contributing, and I want to let you know, I always shout out all the contributions at the end of the show. I don't want anyone who's here to think that I'm slighting them, and I'm not. I'm going to shout out everything. All right? You're all going to get shout outs for everything. For some reason, some people are asking me, how do you tip? ! Tip. That's all you got to do. You type that in the chat, and it brings up the link, and you can tip via there. If you're watching this on demand, you can check the description of any of my videos, and it has the tips link in it as well. That's how you tip. I'm surprised some people don't know how to tip. Okay, so anyway, there we go. Let's do it. Today, Like a Dragon Gaiden. Tonight, Modern Warfare 3. I'm off tomorrow. When I come back on Friday, Mario RPG Remake premieres. And then Friday night, the return of Street Fighter 6 Friday Night Fights. Not sure what I'll be doing yet on that. We'll talk. Maybe that's what we should figure out. By the end of today, guys, would you like to see me try Dalsim? Would you like to see me go back to Zangief? Or would you like to see me play with Blanca and Master? Let's figure that out by the end of today. And that way I can study up and watch some videos maybe on like Thursday night to prepare for Friday Night Fights. So let me know what you would like, okay? Saturday, it'll be Modern Warfare 3 returning to the daytime stream. All right? And then Saturday night, I think we should bring back Starfield, maybe. Wait, what did I say that I want to do Saturday night? Oh, no, Like a Dragon Gaiden will be Saturday night. Like a Dragon Gaiden, because I want to continue on with that playthrough, right? Sunday will be the React show, and Sunday night will be Starfield. So we try to finish it up. I don't know how many more hours, maybe 2-3 more night streams. We wrap that up. Monday will be more Super Mario RPG, and probably either pair that with Street Fighter multiplayer, or it could be the Street Fighter story, trying to finish it, but more Street Fighter. And then Tuesday, more Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer on the day stream, and then maybe like a Dragon Gaiden on the night stream. There you go. That's the week. Okay, we figured it out. That's how it works. All right? I know people are saying Starfield's a joke, but you got to understand I sunk 40 hours into it. So some people call it the sunken cost fallacy or whatever. I want to see the end at least. I don't really care about the faction missions or the followers. I just want to see the end of the story so I can say I saw the end of it. So we're going to at least try to finish that up over the next couple of weeks. Like maybe once a week we'll play it like a 2-hour stream or something like that. Okay? Okay. Now, Here's another question, because now we have a week to figure this out. What would you guys like to do on Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is a week from tomorrow, all right? And I'll be here for one stream. What would you like to see on Thanksgiving? Do you just want to do like a gameplay session? Or would you like to have a hangout session? Would you like to do a tier maker? What would you like to see on Thanksgiving Day? We already know what we're doing that Friday. We're doing the Adpocalypse Marathon. But what would you like to see during the day on Thanksgiving? Let me know, okay? And we'll figure that out. Some people are saying tier maker of like food and stuff would be cool, like Thanksgiving food. I agree. I think that would be fun. Do just chatting too. We could do that too. Maybe that's what we could do, like a half and half. We do like, we'll have like a chill session where we just hang out for like an hour. We'll do a tier maker of ranking Thanksgiving foods. Maybe just have a more laid back day on Thanksgiving. Street Fighter 6 multiplayer. We could do that too. We could do casualized Street Fighter 6 multiplayer, like a more laid back day rather than a serious day. Okay. Cool. Thank you. This is great. For those who watch this on demand, I want you guys to understand that I really appreciate your feedback too. Like that comment on yesterday's podcast, that helps so much. You know, it makes me think big picture about stuff. You guys don't understand how much your feedback helps me to improve. It really does. I'm so different than I used to be such an obstinate, stubborn asshole, and I wouldn't listen to feedback at all. And now this feedback is critical to success and doing what you guys, are going to enjoy. I need that feedback. So please give it to me. I really appreciate that. I mean, that comment last night was really special that I read it this morning. I was like, dude, someone took all the time to write this giant, meaningful comment. I really appreciate that. Okay? Okay. I have one story to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. So it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, the segment we haven't done in ages. It's time for DSP News. Because, ladies and gentlemen, were you aware that this morning, Rocksteady Games put out the first in supposedly a series of videos that's going to talk about the impending release of Suicide Squad? If you're not aware, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is the new game from the makers of the Arkham trilogy, and it comes out, I think, February 2nd, and they're sticking to that date, even though there's going to be an insane amount of games coming out around that time. They're still sticking to that date. Now, the last time that we heard from this game and they showed gameplay, everyone cringed and laughed and said, "Are you effing serious?" Why? Because while the Arkham trilogy of games was hyper-focused on Batman and what it would like to be Batman, and it was gritty, and it was dark, and it was a situation where it really felt like you were this one-man army hero fighting against the evil villains of Gotham City, right? And it was a good representation of what Arkham Asylum would be, and then what Gotham City really would be, and all of that, right? When you start watching the footage of Suicide Squad, you're like, wait a minute, what is this? So basically you're in Metropolis, okay? They say, oh, it's twice as big as Arkham City, okay? But the entire game, you're just doing this third-person gunplay with traversal, right? And the Suicide Squad are doing this witty banter, right? Back and forth, to each other. And the gameplay is literally, I'm not kidding you, oh, look, there's a turret with a big blinky spot. Everyone target the blinky spot and shoot it. Yeah, target the weak point for massive damage. We're back to the launch of PS3, apparently. And so, I did not watch the entire 20-minute presentation from this morning. But what I did is I skimmed through it, and I got the gist of it. So, here's the deal. Here's what Rocksteady is saying. We don't just make gritty games like the Arkham series. The reason the Arkham trilogy of games was dark and gritty is because that fit the Batman character. But with Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, this has to be more upbeat, more irreverent, has to be more colorful, because the Suicide Squad are like that. So we want to be true to the Suicide Squad characters and the feelings and the themes of Suicide Squad. And that's why it's going to be like that. And they also said, oh yeah, that's why it's third-person shooting. You know, a lot of people are wondering, why do we make a shooter? Because that's how the Suicide Squad would fight. They're not Batman. Instead, they're going to be running around with guns because they don't care about destruction. They don't care about who they hurt. They're just about getting the job done. So they're going to run around with a giant arsenal of weapons and running around and shooting things. And, you know, the shark guy is going to bite people's heads off and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to all of this, right? And it all, let me put it this way. From a game developer standpoint, literally everything they say makes sense. The cutscenes are going to be outstanding. Expect the same quality of cutscene that you had in the Arkham trilogy, you're going to get in this game. The story's going to be a good, serious story. Even though the Suicide Squad's irreverent, there's still going to be a serious story in here and all of that, right? Okay, I get it. But herein lies the problem, all right? And I've been saying this for many, many years. My attitude has not changed. But I feel like at this point it needs to be said. And I've already said it. I'll say it again, all right? Why on earth, of all the characters, of all the storylines, of all the comic book plots and all the lore, of this ginormous treasure trove of stories and content in the DC universe that you could draw upon to make a movie or a game or a series, why do these fucking directors and creators keep making shit around the Suicide Squad? News fucking flash, okay? Most people don't care about the B team or the C team or the fucking D team when you haven't even done something good with the A team yet, all right? So there's one good game series for DC Comics, the Arkham series. That's literally it. Can you name another good video game that covered DC characters at all? No. How about Superman? How about The Flash? How about Green Lantern? How about Wonder Woman? Fuck. How about the Justice League in general, right? Or, I mean, let's go. How about other things in the Batman universe that are good? They tried Gotham Knights. It just wasn't that good, right? We have a chance now to dive into DC and pick out the best plot lines, the best characters, and bring them to life in video games. Why the fuck did you go from Batman to the D team that no one gives two fucks about? This all started with the original Suicide Squad movie, which fucking sucked. And then they redid it. James Gunn did his own Suicide Squad movie. And guess what? It wasn't good. It was just, it was okay. I saw both movies. They're not great, okay? So what possesses you when you have a bad movie and a meh movie to make a fucking video game based on that lore? The movies didn't do good. So what made you think the game would do good? Newsflash, the Suicide Squad is fucking annoying. It's a bunch of reject villains who can't win. They're all in jail. They're losers. So now they have to band together to try to do a good thing against their own will. That's not that interesting. It's interesting for like 10 fucking minutes. And then as soon as the puns run out and the personalities become obnoxious, you don't care anymore, right? That's exactly what happened when I was watching the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. Like, for fucking 20, 30 minutes, it was all right. And then the rest of the movie was fucking obnoxious. It's like, I don't fucking want to watch this anyway. This is stupid. The ending sucked ass. The final boss fight was stupid as fuck. I was like, this is dumb. And that's what I mean. Who the fuck cares about these characters? So, here's the problem with Rocksteady. High production value. Tons of attention to detail and care. They want to get all these characters right. The problem is, they picked the wrong source material. You picked the worst possible choice for your next game. They fucked up. I don't know who thought the idea, because again, for some reason, for like 5 years, everyone, Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad. No one cares about the fucking Suicide Squad. They suck. They fucking suck. They're fucking shit. It's a bad idea. It's like a one-off idea for a spin-off comic that gets a few issues. And then you fucking say it never happened. You don't need to fucking be making a million movies, a million fucking games. It sucks shit. Right? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Alright? So, that's the problem. I don't think that the game developers are doing a bad job. You're working with horrible source material. No one wants to play a game where everyone's a generic villain that has to run around and use a gun. That's boring. I could have played a game called Sunset Overdrive almost 10 fucking years ago that looks exactly the same as your game. It literally looks like Sunset Overdrive with a fucking DC Comics skin over it, right? Or Fortnite with a DC Comics skin over it. It doesn't even look like anything interesting or original. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It looks boring as dirt. Even watching this 20-minute expose about how much work they put into it, don't worry, the story will be good, the cutscenes are good. Yeah, but how long of the game is the story and the cutscenes? You have to play the game in between. And if the game in between is boring, the game's going to suck. It doesn't matter how much love and attention you put into it. This game is going to it's going to fuck them over. And the fact that they're all kind of going like this, like, no, it's okay. Don't worry, it's all going to turn out well. It's all going to turn out well. Where was the market research? When you're going to take your studio in a completely different direction, right? We're going to depart from Batman, but we're going to do something completely different. We're going to do a different storyline or whatever. Where was the market research to say, what do people want? Because I guarantee you, if you ask gamers, what would you want next? They would have said one of two things. Superman or Justice League. Those are the two things they would have wanted. Not the fucking Suicide Squad. Nobody gives a fuck about the Suicide Squad anymore. Yes, this pisses me off. Because I think Rocksteady is an outstanding game developer. And I hate to say it. They're about to go the same way BioWare went. But BioWare was forced to make Anthem, right? It doesn't matter how good of a studio you are. If you're forced to do something with shitty material, shitty subject matter, it's going to suck anyway. You know what I'm saying? There's just nothing you can really do about it. Oh, by the way, if you weren't aware, Suicide Squad is a games as a service game. What does that mean? You buy the game, and then they're going to have series of free piecemeal DLCs later to keep you playing it. So, yeah, they're fucked. I hate to say it, like, they really are fucked. I don't know how they think this game is going to succeed. Again, you know, and this is so pathetic, because this came from the studio that made the best trilogy of superhero games ever made. And we were just talking about it as I finished Spider-Man 2. And people said, well, what do you think? Do you think Spider-Man 2 is better than the Arkham trilogy? And my answer is, in 2023, yes. But the Arkham trilogy absolutely was the best superhero game of the time. What's happened is that technology is advanced and everything. So now when you play Spider-Man 2, oh my god, the open world city is so amazing when the graphics and how it looks realistic and the traversal is outstanding and everything. You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't do that back 10 years ago with the Arkham trilogy. They couldn't even do that. It wouldn't load fast enough or whatever. Now we've gotten to that point. If Rocksteady were to make a Batman game now, it probably would be better than Spider-Man 2. I'm just being honest. They probably would, but I mean, it's a subject of the time, right? At the time, Arkham was the absolute best. Now, Spider-Man 2 has surpassed it, and now it looks like they're not even trying to compete. They wanted to do Suicide Squad. They're doing it. This game is not going to do well. I just predict it right now. This game is not going to be a great seller. It's not going to sell anywhere near the Batman trilogy. People are going to pan it, and it's going to suck. And they're fucking picked the wrong subject. I don't know how. Again, how do you not do any fucking market research? Right? How? How do you not do research to figure out what people want and give them not what they want? I don't understand that. We're just going to spend all this time and money, all these years making a game. But did anyone want it? Did we ask? No, we don't have to ask. We know better than everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we just spent over a half an hour on this very podcast, me talking with my audience to figure out what you guys want, and we just figured out a nice schedule for the next week, did we not? How do we figure that out? By me talking to my audience, my customer base, and figuring this out. Correct? How the fuck do game developers not know this? That this is what you have to do. Instead, they get this weird ideas in their head and they just roll with them without actually seeing if anyone wants it. How the fuck does that make any sense? Now, Dark Viking made a point. He says, do you think it's the game dev or the publisher? It's a good question. We know in the case of BioWare and Anthem, it was EA. It was not BioWare. BioWare devs outright came out later and said, we did not want to make Anthem. We knew it was a bad idea, but EA forced us to do it. That was the publisher's fault, right? In this case, could it be, what is it, WB Games or whatever? That's the publisher for Rockstar. Maybe they're forcing them. They said, we really want to push Suicide Squad. Well, they're morons. I don't know what else to say. That you did not ask gamers what they wanted. No one wants Suicide Squad. We want the things that we don't have yet. You showed that you could do this amazing game of Batman. Now do it with all the other great heroes. Make these great games. Then, if you want to make these periphery B team, C team, D team fucking games and characters, then do that. Don't skip from A to D. Right? No one wants that. Anyway. So that's the news. It's shitty news, for sure. I sure wish that it was better news, but it's shitty news, right? What else can you say? All right, it is time for shout-outs. Finally, let's get to the shout-outs for the show, okay? So, first of all, 672 gifted a membership this morning to Easy Peasy. Congrats to Easy Peasy. Be sure to thank 672 for that, and thank you 672 for the channel support. Wolf-like did a super chat this morning and said, I think it's better to finish games, to be honest. It's up to you. I agree with you, Wolf-like. I mean, again, this has been my mentality for over a decade. Is if I play a game and I'm enjoying it and I'm not so tortured by it, I want to play and finish it. I feel like that makes more sense because then I can accurately review it at the end of the year in my Game of the Year awards or my most disappointing games countdowns. The entirety of the playthrough is there. But admittedly, I think more people will watch a game they feel is better than a game that they feel is bad, right? I think what it was is 10, 15 years ago, I was known as the guy who kind of razzes and lampoons every game. So if I played a shitty game, you'd still enjoy the playthrough because I would just completely rip it a new asshole, right? I'm doing my best, I'm doing my absolute best to juggle everything, but it doesn't necessarily work, right? Especially now. People are like, why are you still playing these certain games that, you know, you're not enjoying or whatever? That's not true. I'm enjoying every game I'm playing. But what I'm noticing is that my audience isn't enjoying it as much, right? Like I said, it's this person with the feedback yesterday. That most content creators and streamers just don't finish a game when they start it. They don't. They literally don't finish it to completion. They'll just play it, and if it catches on with the audience, they keep going, and if not, they'll just drop it, and they'll play something else. And I don't do that, and you guys know that, right? That's why these choices are tougher for me, okay? Okay, William, with a $20 Canadian super chat, says, for your content, especially your commentary, is always fun to watch. There are always going to be negative people who try to drag it down. Full playthroughs are great, maybe a little outdated. I don't know about either. I miss games like Skyrim, though. Yeah, well, I think the problem there, you're right. Take a look at what happened with Starfield, right? We were all expecting Skyrim in space, and what did we get? We got the fucking boring-ass game, right? So, that's the problem. You know what, one of the things to say? They don't make them like they used to. It's a saying that you hear, but in truth, I think this is very much applying to modern game development in video games. They're just not making games like they used to anymore. What it is they're following things like, oh, this used to work 20 years ago, so just follow that same formula, and then everything new they try fails, right? It's rare when you get a game like Alan Wake 2 that tries something different and actually completely succeeds and knocks it out of the park. Instead, you get a lot of games that are just afraid to do that, and they're all the same now, and then they're boring, right? So, I hear you. Right? I remember when I played Skyrim, here's the thing, that was my first Elder Scrolls game ever. I had played a tiny bit of Oblivion, and I had not really gotten too far into it, maybe like 10 hours, 12 hours into it, and that was it. So when I played Skyrim, I didn't know what to expect. I started playing this game, and I'm like blown away. I was like, wow, it's an RPG, but it's not turn-based, it's action-based. It's very fun. It's got these different ways to play it. It's got all this lore in the universe, insane amounts of content. Anywhere you go, there's something new and interesting going on. All these meaningful kind of side quests and plot lines. Like, I was blown away by it, how good it is, right? And then you just play the modern equivalent in Starfield, and you're like, what happened here? It's sad. It's just sad that we don't have those games that feel like those anymore. The ones from back in the day, they just don't. Today, it's like these games are more about, what can we do to get a game viral popularity so a bunch of fucking streamers will meme about it and play it for like a week, and then we'll sell like 1 million copies. That's not a good mentality to have when you're making a video game. That's what a lot of people are working on now, you know? Let's continue. Don McLean became a member, and then Don McLean gifted a membership to Gerudo Ryan Gaming. So thank you to Don McLean for the 2 memberships this morning. I really appreciate that. The goal for memberships today is $4.90. I am hoping that we can hit that by the end of today. We got 7 more to go, and that's a good start, so thank you guys. Excuse me. Okay, now we move on to the tip side of things. And by the way, yes, those are the landscapers outside. I guess they've arrived. They have arrived to blast loud landscaping noises through my window. So I'll probably have to close the window shortly. Okay. So I received a $5 tip from Declan. He says, it's great. You're ignoring all this drama going on. You're sticking to your pledge. You're not talking about detractor videos. You're right. I don't even know what's going on right now. If there's any detractor shit or anything going on, I have no knowledge of it. I'm completely ignoring it on purpose. I don't care. I don't want to know anything about it. I'm staying the fuck out of it. Okay? You have a lot of people with your content. Please keep this up. We'd be willing to sign something and send it to a fan. Thanks for being an honest guy. All right. In truth, this is something that sadly has had to change over the years. Back in the day, I would go to conventions. I would go to events. And I would say to anyone, hey, anything you had to sign, I would easily sign. I'm never going to turn that down. I'll autograph whatever you want me to autograph. And I've signed some weird shit. I signed video games. I'm like, I didn't make this video game, right? And people would be like, no, well, we love your playthrough of it, so, we want a signed copy of it because we like your playthrough of it. Like, all right, I don't really get that, but okay. But over the years, as you know, I moved across the country. I very much dipped in popularity and prominence. I haven't been to a convention in 10 years. Actually, at this point, almost 11 years. I don't think there would be any attraction or any desire to really meet me in person. Even if I went to a convention, it'd be like 4 people have showed up probably for me. And sadly, no, I do not sign anything that I don't want. Here's the thing. All right. I just can't have people sending shit to my house. I can't. There's too many malicious parties out there. There's too many scumbags out there who do really malicious things, and because of that, I just can't have people just sending shit to my house. And I said this up front. If anyone is going to send me, like, if someone wants to donate something or be nice and do something, people over the years have sent Jasper cat toys and stuff, cat treats. That's appreciated. But you got to talk to me ahead of time. You got to let me know what's going on. You got to, let me know that there's a package coming. You got to tell me your name and everything so I know what to expect. Because if something just shows up in my house, I don't know what it is, it goes right in the trash. And that has to be for safety purposes because there's been very malicious people over the years who've tried to hurt me and my family, okay? So I have to protect my family. I have to do what's best. I can't just have people sending shit willy-nilly to the house. And quite frankly, if I were to start saying, oh, yeah, everyone, just send me stuff to autograph, it would be too much out of control. There'd be uncontrolled stuff coming to my house constantly. The whole ability to take something in, sign it, have to package it, and somehow mail it back. Imagine if I start getting tons of these a week, and now I gotta fucking have a hobby to, like, keep mailing them back to fans. That's why I don't do it, man. All right? And I understand. I get it. There's people out there who would love to have something autographed by me. There's people who have, like, a piece of merch from you and stuff. I get it. I totally understand. But because of the way things are, because, you know what I mean? We gotta kind of say no at this point. Maybe in the future things will change. Maybe in the future people will actually care and want to see me at a convention again. I doubt it, but maybe. And, maybe I would do something positive like that, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. It's too much of a liability. It's too much of a risk. I don't want to commit to having to do this stuff, and now, you wanted something so bad signed, and now I can't get it to you in time. You know what I mean? So the answer is no. I'm not gonna be doing stuff like that. All right. Okay. Continuing on. Let's see here. I received an anonymous $2.22 tip. Thank you to the anonymous tipper, whoever you are. Well, crud. What did I just do? Okay. I received a $1.18 tip. Huh? This is just an idiot, so I'm just going to ignore them. I got a $1.25 tip from Anso Kamaru. He says, my advice is finish games you're actually enjoying. Don't finish the games you're not really feeling. That's exactly what I do. He says, you really enjoyed Armored Core and Alan Wake 2, but you weren't feeling Final Fantasy 16 for whatever reason. You're not feeling Starfield. You should drop that and not force yourself. You know, with Final Fantasy 16, the thing is, I just wanted to see how it ended. Why? Because I was fascinated at how different it was and sadly just how annoyingly bad it was compared to other Final Fantasy games, and I felt like I legitimately wanted to finish it to see what they were intending you to experience and think was good. And then after I beat it, I was like, wow, that's really what they thought was a good ending, huh? But in the case of Armored Core Alan Wake 2, that's why. You know, that's why I played through those games. Starfield, the thing is, I kind of did have some hopes for it until that plot twist. And that plot twist in that last stream of the game ruined the whole game for me. And now it really killed any desire I had to really keep playing it. But now I'm 40 hours in, and I'm literally like 4 to 6 hours away from seeing the end. So I definitely want to finish it, you know. If I were 10 hours in and that plot twist happened, I'd be like, fuck this game, I'm never playing it again. But we've already invested 40 minutes, or excuse me, 40 hours into it. I want to see the end of it, you understand? But in general, that is my attitude, is I finish games I like. I'm not going to waste time on games I don't, right? That's the attitude I have now. Let's see here. I got another anonymous $2.76 tip, so thank you for that. I don't know, there's weird amounts. First it was $2.22, then $2.76. I don't know where these amounts are coming from, but thank you for that. I received a $2 tip. Oh my god, listen to this. Good Burger 2 is coming out on Paramount Plus on November 22nd. What the hell? I can't believe they're making a fucking Good Burger 2, quite frankly. You can review that movie for your React channel. Good Burger has partnered with Arby's, and they're putting out the official Good Burger meal you can eat during the adpocalypse. The main age group of your fans probably grew up watching 90s Nickelodeon, so it would probably be fitting. The one bummer about that, there's no Arby's near me anymore. I had an Arby's around the corner. They got shut down by the health department, and there's no Arby's near me. The closest Arby's is like a half an hour away, so I would have to order and have it delivered. And quite frankly, number one, new menu items usually are not available via delivery services. They only have like the standard menu items. And number two, even if it showed up, it probably wouldn't be very good because it's going to take so long to get here, fast food. You know what I mean? So that sucks, because if they were right around the corner, I actually would get it. That sounds like a good idea, but there's no Arby's around here. That stinks, right? So, man, Good Burger 2. That's ridiculous. I can't believe they're making a Good Burger 2. I really can't believe they're making a Good Burger 2 in 2023. Are they going to use the growth hormone again in the meat? What will it be this time? I wonder what the plot will be this time. Anyway, thank you for the suggestion. Sadly, there's just no Arby's near me. All right. I received a $20 tip from Canadian... Excuse me. At least that was the first time I coughed today. From Canadian Kirk. He says, new $20 animation. Yes. I forgot to mention this. We have a new $20 tip animation, and here it is. So for a $20 tip, we will see Dancing Phil. So thank you very much to Canadian Kirk. He says, I can buy Robocop for you if you want, but I don't know how to buy a code. You'd have to explain it. Well, I don't know either. I honestly don't. I honestly don't know. I would say hold off, since it seems like we kind of determined what we want to do next week. People seem to be of the impressions that Modern Warfare 3 will do better as a day stream rather than a night stream. So let's stick to our plan, where it'll be Super Mario RPG paired with Modern Warfare 3 during the day streams, and then it will be night streams of Like a Dragon Gaiden and maybe either Starfield or Street Fighter or something like that. Let's at least keep it for that for the next week, and then we'll figure out after that. And I appreciate the offer. Maybe I'll take you up on that later. What you can do, the easiest route, is to just buy credits for the marketplaces. Like, you can buy Xbox Live credits or Nintendo Store credits, and those are codes that you can send. Those you can just buy digital. You get those on like Amazon and stuff. So, the Good Burger 2 meal includes a burger, strawberry shake, and crinkle cut fries Wagyu steakhouse patty, a blend of 51% Wagyu and 49% ground beef, red onions, burger sauce on a brioche bun. That doesn't make any sense. First of all, they don't have, when do they have crinkle cut fries at Arby's? They have straight fries, they have curly. You're saying they're adding crinkle cut fries now? That's weird. And do they have strawberry shakes at Good Burger? I'm really confused. Also, do you really believe it's going to be Wagyu, true Wagyu beef in there? I don't think so. Unless they're going to charge $20 for the burger, right? What's going on, Jade? Good morning. Okay, continuing on. I got a $1 tip from an anonymous tipper. Thank you for the anonymous tip. Appreciate that. Okay. And I received, a $10 tip from someone who says, Happy Holidays. Thank you for the anonymous $10 tip. Happy Holidays to you. You know, it's very weird because we absolutely are in the holiday season. We are halfway through November already. And for me, it just feels weird because I missed out on that week that was supposed to be the end of October. And because of that, my whole timing in my head is thrown off. Like, to me, it doesn't feel like we're in mid-November at all. It really doesn't feel like that to me. It's confusing. I feel like we missed out on the end of Halloween, and because of that, or the end of October and Halloween, and because of that, like, we're, like, jumped ahead, but now it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I think next week it'll hit, when it's, like, Thanksgiving and everything, it'll hit that it's actually that time of year. I received a $2.25 tip. Someone says, how are you? I hope all is well. Would you say Guardians of the Galaxy game is like Suicide Squad? No one cares about them, but the game turns out to be good. No, that's absolutely false. Guardians of the Galaxy are one of the best franchises that Marvel has had in years, and all 3 movies have done incredibly well. That's the opposite. The Suicide Squad movies did not do well, nor did anyone really care that much about them, but somehow they were selected by Hollywood to be this major focus. While Guardians of the Galaxy actually did way better, so it made sense for them to make a game, and then the game got brushed under the rug because the Avengers came out the year before and sucked. If Avengers had not come out the year before and it was just Guardians of the Galaxy, that game probably would have got a lot more attention. But people didn't pay attention to it because they hated Avengers. And that really sucks because the game was great. Okay. I received a $20 tip from 1 Minute Man, and he says, I think you are correct about the Suicide Squad. There you go. Thank you, 1 Minute Man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hate to say it. I don't understand why Hollywood handpicked and selected Suicide Squad as its thing to do with DC. I think that was a huge mistake. And now, not only is Hollywood paying for it, but it looks like Rocksteady's about to pay for it too. It really just seemed like a boneheaded decision in my opinion. So with that, it is Gunnar Glass's time. And by the way, yes, I'm aware this thing is about dead. I got to replace the batteries. And in fact, when we take a brief break here, for after the podcast ends, I'm probably going to run downstairs and grab AA batteries and put them in there and get it going, so that way it looks a little better, because it looks really dark now, right? Like, you can barely see it anymore. Yeah. Derek sounds good. He says he found some Thanksgiving tier makers. He's going to send me some links so I can check them out. Thank you. That would help a lot. Maybe we could figure out what one we want to do next week. Sounds good to me. Cool. This is hilarious. JJNS says, Suicide Squad is DC's attempt to have something lighthearted like Marvel because Batman's too dark. You think Suicide Squad is lighthearted? The squad of criminals that kills without any remorse or any kind of restraint? A shark man that bites people's fucking body parts off in a gory fashion? You think that's lighthearted? No, it's dark humor for adults. You don't want kids watching Suicide Squad. right? So it doesn't make sense. King Be Cruel says at the end of Yakuza 6, Haruka goes back to the orphanage to take care of the kids. So that's what's going on at the orphanage right now. Oh, I didn't even know that. Is that what's going on? Is that she's the one running the orphanage now? Okay. All right. Makes sense, I guess. Any last minute stuff, anybody, that you want to talk about before we adjourn and then we get ready for Like a Dragon? Derek, I would say toss a few in there. He says, how many tier makers should he find? Just a few. There's like 3. You know, different things, different food or other things. I don't know, something to do with Thanksgiving. See what you can find. Okay? Oh, I got another tip. Wow, thank you. $5 tip from Dark Viking. Are you ready for Kiryu-san? I'm definitely ready for his muscular body. Oh, let me tell you something. I have been missing Kiryu and that rippled frame and every little detail of his body. I mean, we've gone way too long by seeing that back tattoo. How can we survive, right? We got to get our fill. Thank you for the tip. Okay. I have Kiryu tattooed on my back. No, my butt cheeks. I have Kiryu on one of my butt cheeks. There you go. 672 says he's going to get me a red debunked button for Christmas. That's fascinating. Good for you. Batman doesn't crack jokes in any way? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Didn't you ever watch the Adam West Batman? It's full of jokes, full of humor. Even the animated series has some jokes. So you're absolutely wrong. People are saying, see, you just debunked, so you could hit the debunk button. That was debunked. That was debunked. That was debunked. There you go. Did I have Batman trading cards? The only Batman trading cards I had was for the original Tim Burton Batman movie. What was it, 89? I had some of those cards. I did. They were tops, I think, I want to say. And I had some of those. I bought a few packs of them. And the chewing gum was terrible. Because back then, yes, all trading cards came with gum. And the gum was absolutely revolting. It was so disgusting. But they still came with it for some reason. Thoughts on George Clooney as Batman? A bat credit card? There you go. No, I do not have any. I do not have any Batman Forever mugs sold at Burger King. I don't have anything from back in the day like that. Oh my goodness. Ugh. All right, looks like we got a final tip, and then we actually have to end the show. The show's gone on too long. Declan, thank you for the tip. Again, like I said, I'm not doing signed stuff right now at all. You know, if you wanted to further talk, you could always email me, but I'm just not interested in it right now. It's again, too many problems, too much, too much risk, honestly. And I hope you understand, but okay. Are we good? I think it's time to end the show. All right, let's end the show. And let's get into Like a Dragon Gaiden for the day. I thank you all for a great podcast. I really thank you all for your feedback, because I needed that feedback to determine what we're doing next. And now we actually have a clear-cut schedule. We got Mario RPG on the horizon. We've got Modern Warfare 3 now becoming a day stream. The return of some Street Fighter. We're going to try to finish up Starfield. We're going to keep Like a Dragon in the rotation. We're going to have a good week. We're going to have holiday fun next week. This is good. Thank you all. I really appreciate that feedback. It helps a ton. It really does. So thank you very much for that. I'm not here tomorrow. I hope you have a safe and fun Thursday. And then when I return on Friday, we start our special holiday week together, right? So thank you all, and I will see you all Friday morning for another episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Peace out.